Ladies and gentlemen and friends beyond the binary, welcome to Being Trans. I am Amanda Bonanza. Next to me is Emily Kailyn, and below me there is Lilith Elektra, the illustrious Lilith Elektra. And we are here today to hang out and have fun and to talk about things either related to being a transgender person or not. It's one of the two. I don't have
two subjects that we
Who
cover
knows?
here. Yes.
Who knows where it's going, right?
I think you do. I think you said something about something.
Oh my gosh.
Earlier.
Oh my
Recording
gosh.
in
Yes.
progress.
I saw this story today that made me laugh so hard. And Bunny saw it last night while I was sleeping, and he was afraid he was going to wake me up. He was laughing so hard. That's how funny this is. And now this is about I would say the acknowledged wealthiest man in the world, and by capitalism standards, thus the smartest man in the world.
Yeah, of course, he's very smart.
If you define smartness by using your daddy's money to buy other people's businesses and claiming you did all the work, that would be. I'm
especially
speaking, of course,
if it's slavery money.
Of course, and of course, I'm speaking of everyone's favorite father of a trans girl, Elon Musk, who is, he is what he is. But this story came out, and I just had to share it because it's, I mean, if you want to say, like, explain how America ended up where it is, I think this story pretty much sums it up. So this is from the book Liftoff, Elon Musk and the Desperate Early Days That Launched SpaceX. And it was put together by a journalist, Eric Berger, and he interviewed people who worked at SpaceX and are in that business. And this encounter with Musk, and one of his biggest adversaries when he was first starting out, a hotel breakfast bar, was one of the biggest challenges Elon Musk as he arrived and found a packet of Pop-Tarts, and he comes down and he walks over to the breakfast bar and he picks up this package of Pop-Tarts, and he's like transfixed by it. Like, this is the most amazing thing he's ever seen. I imagine, like me, when I was like 12 and saw space ice cream for the first time. Like, oh wow, what is this? Like little torts that are in a package. So he described, the person who told the story described it as the scene from 2001: A Space Odyssey when the apes examine the monolith. So that's how taken Elon Musk is with these
Pop-Tarts. A package of Pop-Tarts.
Yes, clearly the most fascinating thing he's ever seen. So he realizes that obviously Pop-Tarts are meant to be toasted. So he inserts two pastries in the hotel toaster, but he puts them in horizontally. Okay. So I don't know if you're familiar with Pop-Tarts. You put them in this way, and then when they pop up, if you put them in this way, you pop them down. They're not easy enough for grab. They're done cooking, and instead of using his genius brain to come up with any other way to get the Pop-Tarts out of the toaster, he sticks his fingers between the grates to get them out and starts screaming, "Fuck, it burns! Fuck, it burns!" at the top of his lungs. I knew you'd like that. I knew you'd love that. And I guess it reminds, like, the first thing I think is like a 5-year-old whose mom is in the shower and wants a Pop-Tart. She's like, "Just wait, honey, just wait. As soon as I'm dried off, I'll make you Pop-Tarts." Like, he just decides, I've seen someone else do this, I can do it myself. I guess the good thing is, hotels don't have metal forks for the most part.
That was where I thought it was
going.
going.
He would have tried that. But that, I just wanted to share that story because that legit made my day.
Hotels definitely have metal forks. They definitely have.
No, like not all hotels. I've eaten plenty of hotels where I had to eat like a pancake or a waffle with a plastic fork and knife.
A waffle's rough.
Do you think that's where the CEO of SpaceX is eating? I mean, no offense, but like, I mean, I feel like
so who knows?
He is, but that's because he's never seen a Pop-Tart before. Like, what I'm getting at is, I know for a fact that hotel breakfast bars do have tongs, so you can like lift the pancakes and like the sausage patties out of the continental breakfast pan.
Yeah, that still doesn't get you any better. Like putting a metal pair of tongs into a plugged-in toaster is not the way you want to go.
My favorite bit of the story, like the story as presented to us today, focuses on the fact that Elon has never seen Pop-Tarts before. But it seems like there's a secondary thing here. Has he seen a toaster before?
Yeah, he clearly growing up had people to toast this for. Plus, I bet you if he ever had Pop-Tarts as a kid, it was like one of those Gordon Ramsay, like, we're going to make elevated Pop-Tarts today. And it's just like, it's, you know, two pieces of biscuit with jam. Is like, okay, whatever.
It was like, it was actual Pop-Tarts, but they sliced it up and like gave it a presentation. His butler did it. Or I'm sorry, one of his slaves.
Yeah, butlers. Butlers implies that they're paying.
In Paradise, South Africa, they had a servant. Like,
but yeah, that just
yeah.
Also, I would have to say that in my life, I would say 90% of the Pop-Tarts that I've eaten have been untoasted.
No,
that's just something you.
It's great, and it's a great idea to toast a Pop-Tart. It's one of those foods where you intend to prepare it a certain way, and once you open the package, you're like, I'm just gonna eat them.
I think it's the realization that you're just a piece of shit, so you don't deserve a hot Pop-Tart. It's like, what am I doing with my life? I don't deserve a hot Pop-Tart. I should just eat this. I don't even know if I'm going to open it. I might just deserve to chew it through the plastic. Like, that's the thing. That's like when you're bottoming out. You're just like, yeah, like you could be sitting next to the toaster. You'd be like, yeah, I don't deserve that.
True, you don't go and buy a package of Pop-Tarts because you're making good life decisions. This is correct.
I was gonna say, I do that same thing with macaroni and cheese, where it's like I intend to make it.
You just eat it raw.
Open the box. It looks so delicious. I start just eating the noodles, and like I dump the powder in there, just like
you put a little powder, swallow a milk. You know, put some dry noodles in there and just
it's water for me.
I'm just picturing the crunch of that. That's just wonderful.
Yum. No, you go.
You go on.
I was just gonna say, I just felt like the more people who know that story, the better off the world will be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in any way surprised. Like, is there's like kind of nothing that like surprises me with that dude's kind of buffoonery at this point. Like, the only thing that kind of surprises me is how many people still take him seriously. That's the surprising part to me. It's like there's a lot of people that still like lick his boots and worship the ground he walks on and worship the.
Feel like he's like a multitasker, and so he likes to eat breakfast while he bathes in the morning, and he had Pop-Tarts in the toaster next to the bath. Like, that wouldn't even surprise me. But like, yeah, I can see that happening. Like, Elon Musk died today when the Pop-Tarts he was toasting for breakfast, the toaster fell in the bathtub he was currently using, and just like, yeah, of course that's what happened.
Blasted him right through the wall.
Wouldn't
that be nice? Wouldn't that just be great news?
Just a fascist-shaped hole in the wall, like
just like he's like, wow, and it just leaves the Nazi symbol.
He's just trying to get hired as like a Pop-Tarts spokesperson. I would say, like, that's one of those things where, like, if they hired him to do a commercial, I would never buy a Pop-Tart again.
So are we predicting that the next business venture that Elon goes into is actually buying the Pop-Tarts brand?
He's not gonna create his own brand, because that would be work.
That's not what he does. He just buys ideas. He just like
he'll just buy the Pop-Tart brand, and then like, make stuff up for them to do.
I'm the smartest man alive.
And then like cut the workforce to a third of what it is now,
Rip out all
and
the
then
wires
just
in the walls of the building, make everyone sleep in
adds-
their office.
add stuff that doesn't work. It's like, why do not have a banana Pop-Tart? A banana flavored Pop-Tart with real banana mash between the pastries. It's like that. No one would want that.
Within the next 3 years, we will have, in the next 2 years, we will have guaranteed self-toasting Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Oh, like those MREs where you
announcement,
put
at
the
least.
water in it and it activates it and heats everything. It's like you just put a little water in the packet and you seal it up and the Pop-Tarts are hot 2 minutes later.
Mhm.
Like, oh, cool. And you won't burn yourself trying to get them out of the toaster. Elon Musk eliminates the need for toasters.
Mhm.
Bam.
The toasters,
Putting toasters out of business.
It's too dangerous. No one knows how to use them. They're, yeah.
It's foolish. It's
I
foolish.
really like the idea of Elon Musk winning a Darwin Award. I have been fantasizing about that since you mentioned him dropping the toaster in the bathtub. And I just been thinking all the dumb ways that dude could die by being dumb. And like, that would be just so wonderful. Like, it would just be such a nice Schadenfreude, you know, like,
I mean, honestly, for it to matter to me, it would have to be like a mass event. Like they're all meeting, like all the tech bros, all the social media bros are meeting at the White House for something, and something eliminates all of them. Something gets rid of all of them.
well, I mean, that'd be great.
They're in a caravan of self-driving Teslas, and then they all careen off the road or smash into something and just big fiery crash. Because that's what happened to the Segway guy, right? Didn't he die on one of his own Segways?
I don't
Oh,
remember.
I have no idea.
I didn't know there was a I didn't know there was a Segway guy.
They're all at the White House and like all their Teslas parked out front become sentient and like just drive through and get everyone. I think that'd be something I can get behind.
Maximum Overdrive Tesla style.
Yes, Stephen King novel.
I mean, those are all like nice fantasies and stuff, and I like that. I would like that to happen, but like, I think the way it's kind of realistically going to go is it's going to be like more like they're at like a thing, and Elon Musk is like on stage and he's like showing off his new thing, and really it just blows up in his face, and then he picks his head up and he's got like it's blown open like a flower, like Wile E. Coyote. I think that's like how it's really gonna happen, or like his duck bill is on the other side of his head.
I think honestly, what's really gonna happen is all these tech bros are gonna live in little arenas like Dark Souls bosses, and the rest of us is gonna be like dying husks sitting out in the wilderness praying for death.
I mean, that's what's actually going to happen. We're trying to fantasize here. We're trying to have some fun.
No.
She's just like, no, thank you.
Just accept. It's our fate.
Can I tell you about my dream that I had last night?
No.
Okay, I will tell you about something else. Then I'll tell you about the breakfast.
Oh, tell us about your dream. We're not going to stop you from.
So here, I actually, but so I want to like preface this because this is actually like a trans thing, because I started transitioning in my early 40s, and I still dream a lot of times as a boy. Like I still dream as like my pre-transition persona quite frequently, and it's a little unsettling. It's like this like lingering thing that I kind of can't get rid of, and but it's not always like. So lately in the last like year, it's been kind of this halfway thing. Like I've transitioned, or I'm at the early stage, or like I go back and forth, or like I'm right in like in like the middle, or like I've at least started dressing or whatever it is. At least that's part of it. But like, so I had this wild dream that was kind of like that, and I was in pre-transition boy mode, and I ended up like having this really weird encounter with this just like really cool dude that was like the coolest guy ever. And like I was like in a warehouse selling him wine and helping him pick out a bottle of wine. And I was like helping them pick out this really nice like Spanish wine, and it was like really really nice and elegant. And I was telling him about all the reasons, and he was like, yeah, this is going to be a great one. And it's like, I've got a romantic, yeah. And it was just like, and he was just like suave, and he was like a silver fox, and he had like salt and pepper hair, and he had like a mustache. He was like like just a smooth talking, like distinguished gentleman. And like he was just super cool too. And I was like, oh, I really like this guy. He's awesome. And like, and I was like, I want to drink wine with this guy. And then he went off. He got his wine and he went off. And then I went to this other thing. And then there was this, I met like the most beautiful, awesome woman. And she was just fucking cool as shit. She was like making art and doing all this cool stuff. And like, we just hooked up, and like, we just really hit it off and had a great time. And like, kind of, we didn't like make out or anything, but we like definitely like we had kind of fallen for each other. And then like later on, it turns out that was his wife, and that like I ended up getting invited to their house by her, like over, and it was like some lavish mansion, and I had to like wrestle with the fact, and I was like, no, I'm not stealing your wife. That's not a thing that I'm doing. And I like, and it ended up being this really awkward thing. But the thing that set it off, that solidified it as like a dream, was when we were at his house, he was dressed like the king of all cosmos in Katamari Damacy, like, and he had like the long thing on his head, and like, but it was like Minecraft style, so it was kind of boxy. And like, and I remember that's the dream that I had. I don't know what's your interpretation of that.
And so you were in boy mode this whole time, huh?
Yeah, I was boy moding the whole way, not by choice.
I can't make a comment about the Katamari Damacy part of it because don't know where that would factor in or how, but
that's just because he was so cool. That's how cool he was. He's dressed up like the king of the cosmos.
King of the cosmos, cool. Understood. Yeah, I mean, for the only comment I can have is like, for me personally, the dreams, yeah, it took me a long time. It was all kind of boy mode dreams. I was conscious of the fact that I was trans in several of them. And then now it's shifted where I think generally I am female presenting trans in dreams. There have been boy clothes involved sometimes, but it's like weird. It's like really strange that I would be putting on boy clothes for something. It's rarely that I'm wearing them. It's like that I've got to dress in this to do something. So
yeah, to like fulfill some weird obligation that's left over, kind of thing.
Boy clothes. This polo has a penis on it. This is a boy cloth.
And then I have plenty of dreams where I'm just me now, and that's been great. Yeah, I haven't been really conscious of it because I haven't had the just like boy mode dream in a while. So I just give it time. Your brain's got to adjust to the full scenario.
Yeah, it's not anything that's like cripplingly depressing or anything. It's like it's this weird situation because like it's like I'm living my whole life like this, but then in my dreams, like I get snapped back into this other thing. But then I wake up and I like realize exactly where I'm at. It's like, oh yeah. It's like, oh yeah. Okay, cool. Everything's how it should be. And like, and so but like I get snapped back to this thing sometimes when I dream. And like, but like pre-transition, like before I even came out, like it would be every now and then I would have dreams where I was a girl, and those were always my favorite dreams. And so I really like to sleep a lot because that was like the only chance like I could do it. It was like if I go to sleep and I get that dream, like that's the best time. Like that's the best time I can do that. And like now I don't really get those anymore because now it's just like the other way. It's just like oh.
Yeah, it's just like
See,
maybe
I was
crazy.
talking about this in the chat. I always dream in first person shooter, so all I see is everyone else. Like I think
In
people
your
dream
hands.
like they're watching a movie and like that's me, and I look like this, and I'm just like, no, I'm just looking at the world.
Yeah, it's rare that I see myself. It's usually like looking down and it's like the clothes I got to put on kind of a thing. So yeah, I agree.
I
First
have
person.
like movie perspective. Like it's all over the place. Like it's like sometimes it'll be first person, and then sometimes it'll shift to like a overhead cam or whatever. And like I'll see myself.
Are there different directors? Is like your dream was directed by Zack Snyder, so it's just like voiceover for the first 10 minutes. You're like, this is really boring.
Love
I
to
can't
have
believe
Zack Snyder direct my dreams if I could get
what?
that. I mean,
Oh,
what a
that'd be
get.
so awful.
Oh, I have my dreams in 4:3, baby, bring it.
I'm gonna dream Wes Anderson for now. It's like
you're just gonna turn the brightness way up, the tint all the way up.
Yeah, and then just like
I had a dream.
Just have moments where I'm just like sitting there right in the middle of frames,
right in the exact center of a perfectly perspective shot,
just standing there.
I had a dream directed by Quentin Tarantino. It was just me running barefoot on the beach. It was super weird. Really weird.
Like a John Woo, like it's like lots of quick cuts and just random people.
Lots of quick cuts. Like, what's going on?
I love that as a poll question. Like, who directs your dreams usually? We're talking about perspective. Now we've gone to the next level.
Well, I never even thought about like that. Like I never, because like it's it's a dream. You're like I'm generally not. I mean, I remember I used to have kind of lucid dreams partially, like when I was younger, like in my teenage and early 20s years. Like I would every now and then I would be able to like recognize that I was dreaming and like kind of do stuff in it. But like my dreams are way less frequent and way less vivid now, and so it's very rare when I can even remember them. Usually I wake up and they're poof gone, like and so I don't have much to like even go on, and this is just I just happen to remember them once in a while now, and so it's like that was just last night was one of them. And I don't know if that's just the thing with getting older or what, but like it's just the way it is.
I wonder, have either of you looked into or ever been interested in, or even just on a base level believe in lucid dreaming?
I did. Yeah,
I tried. I borrowed a book from someone about lucid dreaming, and I never read it. So maybe.
I actively tried to do it when I was a teenager. Yeah. And
we get a question in chat. Lucid dreaming is when you can, again, like Amanda was saying, be aware of the fact that you're in a dream, but then from that control all the aspects of it.
Yeah.
So
or at least some of it. Like, I don't know if that like I mean, I'm sure there's different like layers of how like Inception kind of, like and so like I don't know how well I did. I was able, like I practiced that when I was like 16-ish, like and gobbling acid and like, and so I was getting to the point where like I could go in and I could manipulate. Once in a while I'd be able to go in and like recognize it and like okay, I could do stuff, but usually it didn't take long after I recognized it that I'd woke up. Like I would be able to start doing a few things and then like, oh wait a minute, and as soon as I was like aware of it, I would have like maybe like it was like a countdown started and like I had like a minute to do anything, and then it was like and I get just yanked out and woken up.
Yeah, once you break the fourth wall, like it takes you to a level of consciousness usually that from my experience where like, yeah, you're coming out of the dream soon.
Mm-hmm. Lilith, what about you? What did you dream about yesterday?
I don't dream about anything. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Because I was paradise. I don't need to dream about shit.
You're like, I've got it all. I've got it all.
I live right here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like there's everything is perfect. I usually dream.
I usually dream when I have like stressful days at work, and then I have those stress dreams where you feel like you're fucking up at work for 8 hours and it wakes up and it feels like you haven't slept at all. But I haven't had one of
Well,
those.
and you did you
Yes.
worked an entire shift and didn't get paid for it. Those are the worst.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those are the worst.
I swear I've had that where like in school you dream about school, or and work you dream about work, and you wake up, like you said, tired from work, and then you've got to get ready to go to work.
To go to work.
It's the most
the worst.
disappointing.
It's the worst.
In college, I always dreamed that they moved the final exam, and I missed the final exam, and that's probably because I skipped so many classes.
Same. I had the school dreams where it was like pretty consistent, where like I would be in a mildly familiar but like randomized like amalgam of a hallway with lockers around, and I had like a class schedule in my hand, and I knew I was supposed to be in a class, but I didn't know where the class was, and I'm just like wandering the hallways, and I realized I haven't been to my English class in 3 months. Like I have never done my chemistry homework. Like it's like, and then like, and that's the whole dream, is just like me just like dealing with like, oh well.
Why is it a dream that I've had like almost exactly? Like you either you have the schedule, but you can't remember what the days thing is. Like, am I supposed to be here? Am I supposed to?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
Like,
yeah.
And then yeah, the realization of like I just haven't been to my class in months. Like I haven't done any of the work. Like why?
Yeah, I don't
why
even
is
know
that
where
a
I'm
common thing?
at.
Is that something you've had, Lilith? You just said you don't dream though.
I'm the one who started this conversation by saying I had that dream. I don't know what are you coming back to me for. I originally was the first one who said these are the kind of dreams I have.
We're really paying attention to you because we love you.
So yes, I have had those dreams.
Yeah. I remember waking up. I remember I had like one, this is a long time ago, because I used to like right in high school and like after high school, like after I was out of school, I would still have the school dreams a lot, and they were always terrible. They were always that, you know, and like it was like you wake up guilt-ridden and confused and like disappointed in yourself, like you're letting people down. And then like I remember I had one dream where I was like that. And it was like I was exact same situation, had my class schedule, I hadn't been to my things, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. And there was like a big door that led outside, and I just like walked out of the doors, and it was like a bright, beautiful, sunny day, and I just like walked out of the school and enjoyed myself. And that like the dreams ended for like a decade.
I love that. That's great. I keep having this problem. My current problem is that I've gotten decent over my years because I wake up in the middle of the night a lot of the time. You know, just probably like 2 or 3 hours too early. So I need to go back to sleep to be able to put a day together.
I get up to pee at least 3 times a night.
Yeah. There's usually a potty break in there. And then I got pretty good at being able to go back and remember the dream and go back kind of right where I was, just sort of remembering that dream put me in the mental state to be asleep, kind of a thing. And so I would drift and I drift off pretty quickly. And then recently my dreams have been just a little bit too stressful for that. And when I'm trying to like remember them and get into that space, like it creates so much anxiety that like I can't go back into it. And I can't quite remember what was going on last night, but it was another one of those where, yeah, I woke up way too early, and it was just like, it was too stressful of a dream to go back into. So I didn't quite know how to get back into that dream space and sleep again.
Yeah. I've done that too, where it's like I woke up in the middle of the night after like a vivid dream that I was really into, and I was like, fuck. And then I tried to recapture it, and it was just like, nope. It just didn't work. But yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had success going back into like the exact dream, like sort of the way I wanted it, but I just use it as a trick to get back into my brain, into the space of sleeping again, because the way mine works, I have, you know, pretty serious ADHD. So my brain likes to spin off on all of the things that I've got to do for the day and all of that. And all the conversations I've had over the last couple of weeks, the stupid things I've said, yada, 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 bad jokes I've made on this show, whatever it is. But yeah, so that has been a really good way for me to shift my brain back into that mode of like, no, it's sleep time and we can get back into this dream and wasn't that nice? And yeah, it's like my brain right now is like, no, that dream wasn't nice. No, it wasn't. I'm not going back there.
Oh, yeah, you have icky dreams. What's your least favorite? What's the worst kind of dream for you? Like, what's the worst kind? So I know what mine is.
I think it's mainly that school one. I haven't had that in a couple years, but there were a few years where it was happening kind of regularly, and it just so stressful. That just not being prepared, not knowing where to be. I have a lot of chased by somebody, like gotta be quiet, gotta fight kind of a thing. And so yeah, that sort of level of stress. I think we were like breaking into somebody's like secret lair yesterday, and there was, yeah.
That's a bad dream.
What's that?
Breaking into someone's secret lair is like a bad dream.
Well,
Because
there was something that was causing stress about that, and like things weren't going right, and somehow I ended up like to get to something I had to step on up on some like risers that had like knickknacks and figurines and stuff, but it was really important not to break them, so I was trying to like get tenderly and all this, and it's just like there was just like weird stress that was happening, and not really related to like somebody chasing me or whatever, but like, yeah, just when there's stress involved in the dream, that just makes it hard for me to get back into that mode.
Yeah. Lilith, what's the worst dreams that you have? What's your worst kind of dreams?
The pee dream, where you got a race to pee, but in reality, it's a race to wake up before you pee on yourself.
I didn't even think about that one. Mine are like thirst ones, like where I'm really thirsty and like I'm at a water fountain, like I'm dipping my tongue in the water, trying to like relieve the thirst, but it's just because I need water in real life. Like I'm so thirsty and I'm trying to drink water and it doesn't matter how much I drink and it just doesn't get better. And I'm just like, ugh.
Lilith is such a mood though. Like the amount of times that I have been like on the verge of peeing and just wake up and go, oh shit. Like you're trying to pee in your dream. And then you wake up and you go, oh crap. That happens.
It's the opposite for me because I have the same thing with the water thing where I do pee in my dreams, but I don't pee in real life. It's just I pee and I pee and I pee and it never stops and I never get any relief from it. It's the same thing. It's like where it's like, I'm fortunate that I have the bladder control like that I do, because like I'll let loose in the dreams and I'll go crazy, peeing all over the place. Like I had a fucking permit. Shall we sashay into our segment today?
Let's do a segment.
All right, let's do it. Hit it, Raina.
Almost got it. I almost had it. My jacket was buttoned, so I couldn't get into it fast enough. Close enough, though. It's fine. We'll fix this in editing. That's what editing's for. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Dating Game, the show where only the love is real. Each week, our bachelorette asks her questions of our AI-generated bachelors in the hopes of finding true love. If a match is made, we'll send our lovebirds on an all-expense-paid date to the Outback Steakhouse in lovely Cleveland, Ohio. Bachelors who are not chosen today will receive a copy of the home game available at any of your local retailers. Let's go ahead and meet our bachelors. Bachelor number 1 is our beloved show regular, Brooklyn Vinny.
Guess who's back? Back again. Vinny's back. Forget about it. Forget about it. Thanks for having me back. I'm going to get a date today.
With the song. I love it. All right. Bachelor number 2, new to the show, Boston Sully.
Oh, hey, thanks for having me on the show. I'm actually Vinny's cousin from Boston. And he was telling me about this game show, and I've been having a little lack of luck with the ladies myself, so I thought I'd drop in and see if someone from Boston can get himself a girlfriend.
Nice. Making it a family affair. Welcome to the show, Boston Sully. Bachelor number 3 is, wow, Bachelor number 3 is Bernie Sanders.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on the show. I'm a big fan. I watch it every week. But I would like to say, before we get in, that I do have a bit of a problem with what is happening here. You see, Brooklyn Vinny is on all of your shows, every episode. So he is essentially 33% of the contestants, and to date, he has gotten 0% of the dates. Now, am I saying that someone should be forced to give Brooklyn Vinny a date, that someone should be made to date Brooklyn Vinny? No, I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is there needs to be a structure or a system in place that allows someone like Brooklyn Vinny to get a date. That's all I'm saying. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm sure Vinny would agree with you there. Let's bring on our bachelorette. Our bachelorette today is Paula Kowalski. She is a librarian from Duluth, Minnesota. Welcome to the show, Paula.
Hello, everybody. I'm here from Duluth, Minnesota. I'm so excited to be here. It's summertime up in Duluth, and it's hot. We got the skeeters up there. We got the skeeters that are biting. They're biting, but we're keeping the kiddos safe with we got the calamine lotion. We got the deep woods off. We're doing great. Glad to be here. Looking for love.
Great. That's perfect. Our bachelorette will now ask her questions of our bachelors. Paula, please take it away.
So I have general questions. My first question for all you boys out there: what's the most ridiculous thing you've ever done to impress someone?
Oh, that's easy. In 2000, I got tickets to the Subway series, right? And I took Jenny Bonalingo, and she was mad ripe at the time. And this was before she had kids, Anyway, it was at the game. I don't know if you remember what Clemens threw a broken bat piece at Mike Piazza, right? And we was all mad as hell, especially Jenny, because she had a crush on Piazza. Anyway, after the game, forget about it. We're waiting outside by the players' parking lot, waiting to throw trash at the Yankees players. And who should stroll out but Roger freaking Clemens? Well, I see my chance to impress Jenny and maybe touch some boob later, so I charge at him, fist ready. I woke up from an induced coma 3 months later, and I have not spoken to Jenny since.
That took such a tragic turn. I'm sorry to hear about that story, Vinny.
Hey, you wanted to know what ridiculous thing I'd done. That was pretty, trying to go after the rocket like that.
Yeah, kind of what do you expect? All right. Bachelor number 2.
Yeah, so one time I went out with this girl, real nice Italian place in the North End, right? She was hoping to go because she saw it on Kitchen Nightmares and thought it would be all epic and historic and stuff. Anyway, we get there and we get seated down, and she leans over, real quiet, says, "Yo, Sully, take off your socks cap. We're in a restaurant." So I took off my socks cap in a restaurant because someone asked me. That's probably the most ridiculous thing I've ever done.
Okay.
I can't believe it. It's so hard to believe that someone would ever take off. A fan as much as you are a super fan of the Boston Red Sox, I'll bet you that's crazy. I remember one time I was at a Ponderosa, and we were having a delicious steak dinner at the Ponderosa, and I was wearing my Vikings jersey, my Minnesota Vikings jersey, and everyone else there was also wearing Vikings jerseys, and they were all just, we're just like, hey, do you like the Vikings? I'm like, yeah, I do. I sure do. And they're like, yeah, me too. Me too.
Wonderful story. Bachelor number 3. What is the most ridiculous thing you have done to impress a date?
First off, let me say that is an excellent question. Here's my answer. In 1969, very nice, 69, I attended a state dinner as the guest of newly elected Congresswoman and future presidential candidate Shirley Chisholm. In an attempt to convince her of my progressive bona fides, I walked past the main table and crop dusted Henry Kissinger and Dick Nixon. I got 2 for 1, and I'd spent the day drinking coffee and eating whitefish, and what I dropped on them should be classified as a war crime.
Bernie with the weapons of mass destruction. Wonderful. Question number 2, Bachelorette.
Question number 2, bachelors. If I gave you a nickname based on your dating style, what would it be?
Oh, they would call me Mr. You Won't Regret Going on a Date with Vinny. Now, look, I know I've been on this show a lot, and I know that I always get passed over. And you got some ridiculous people. You're like, who is going to date me when they can bang Christoph Waltz, right? Or Nick Cage, right? Forget about it. Anyway, I'm a solid guy with minor mob connections, enough to make some extra money, but not so much that I end up in the business end of a garbage truck. Forget about it, right? Plus, I'm known in Brooklyn. Mulberry Street, forget about it. My name rings out from MSG to the Meadowlands. You'd be the queen of fucking Flatbush, baby.
Oh, he said a swear word.
You did. Sorry for that, Paula.
That's okay. It's a risky business we're in.
Bachelor number 2.
You give me the nickname every girl I ever dated gave me. Big Papi. Yeah, when you're out with Sully, you're out with Big Papi. Not because I'm like huge or anything, but I have an unwashed David Ortiz jersey that I've worn to every Sox game on every first date since 2003. I brought it in Fenway when I was on a first date with Mandy Sullivan. The Sox won, and Mandy threw up a Fenway Frank while going down on me in the car outside her house after the game. Freaking sweet, but it's been my lucky jersey ever since.
Wow, that's mighty graphic.
I'm not sure that answer can make it onto the final cut, but thank you for that. Let's move on to Bachelor number 3.
Okay, so they call me Mr. 1%. Now, I should be clear. This is more of an intimacy nickname rather than just a date. So, for example, if we went to a movie, maybe dinner at a moderately priced restaurant that I had a Groupon for, you probably would not give me this nickname. But it's definitely sexual in nature and is a commentary on how well endowed I am and how proficient I am at lovemaking. Because I will be perfectly upfront with you, when it comes to penetration, 90% of the women can only take the top 1%, if you know what I'm saying. But not only am I gifted anatomically, I also know what I'm doing. I make love like I speak. I'm thoughtful. I take my time, and I make sure there's no way my point will be misconstrued.
Thank you for that, Bachelor number 3. I think you have some more questions, Paula. Please.
I do. I
proceed.
have now. I would like to address the individual bachelors. This one's for Brooklyn Vinny. Hey, Vinny, if I told you I like my mornings like I like my men, hot, strong, and making noise in the kitchen, how early are you showing up?
Forget about it. You don't need to worry about Brooklyn Vinny being late. I gotta be out of the house by 4 to get down to Port Newark for my shift. Sometimes early if I'm helping some friends of ours get access to cargo. Anyway, I'll be knocking around the kitchen 2:30, 3 in the morning, getting my breakfast ready. You want I should prepare a bowl of CTC? That's Cinnamon Toast Crunch for the uninitiated. Forget about it.
Wow, that's terrific. That's just terrific. My next question is for contestant number 2, Boston Sully. Sully, if I told you I could handle your bat better than your average, would you let me step up to the plate?
Oh, well, one of my favorite dating memories is a chick throwing up on me. So yeah, I'd say you could step up to the plate. I'm a Sox fan. My heart's been broken by Yaz, Buckner, Fisk, and Nomar. So yeah, give it a shot. Even if you're lying, I've been through worse. Go Sox!
Thank you, Bachelor number 2.
And for Bachelor number 3, Senator Sanders, how would you address the growing deficit in my lingerie drawer?
I would say that, first of all, there cannot be a growing deficit in your lingerie drawer. You either have lingerie or you don't. If your lingerie is missing, it's quite possible that you have a thief, and I would call not the police, but rather a private investigator, so that not only can we catch the perpetrator, but also that justice can be dispensed, as opposed to the military-style goon tactics we see from today's police force. Now, of course, this was not a serious answer. That was a serious answer to what was meant to be a cute and or humorous question. I would say that should you come to Vermont with me, there would be no lingerie needed. For if we were to get to that point, I would rather spend time at one of Vermont's many nudist retreats where clothing is optional and intimacy is best shared under the stars.
Did somebody say under the stars? Well, I've made my decision.
So at the end of this dating game episode, apparently dating game after dark, our Bachelorette has made her choice. Go ahead and tell us who it is.
Well, I have to admit that of the 3, I'd have to say Senator Sanders is the most appealing for my librarian sensibilities and my progressive political leanings. However, I happen to know that Senator Sanders is a married man, and I don't think I could betray my faith in order to go and commit the A word. So I think I'm afraid, Senator Sanders, I'm gonna have to pass. Brooklyn Benny.
I would just hold on. I would just like to say that my beautiful wife is fully aware of my appearance here, and she is also fine with me stepping outside of the bounds of marriage, as long as she gets 99% of the sexual intercourse with Senator Sanders and 1% goes to the rest. She's definitely hoarding it like a billionaire, but it is an agreement we have.
See a theme here.
Brooklyn Benny. Brooklyn Benny, I gotta say, I'm sorry.
Come on. Come on. What are you doing to me?
Will this be the day?
Brooklyn Benny, I am interested, and I think you probably a pretty swell guy, but I gotta say, the person that won my librarian heart is Mr. Boston Sully, just because of all of his ability to keep track of statistics and records, something I, as a librarian, absolutely adore. And I think we're going to hit it off great.
Oh, swear to God, this is the best day of my life. Not only do I get to go out with a hot librarian, but Thanksgiving's going to be brutal, Vinny. Brutal. I came onto your home turf and I stole your girl. Go Sox. Tom Brady for life.
All right, our lovely lovebirds here will be whisked away to the beautiful Outback Steakhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. And of course, our bachelors who may not have found love today will not go home empty-handed. They will be receiving a copy of the home game to play along next time. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us on The Dating Game, the show where only the love is real, and we have found love today. We will see you again next time. All right, where is the rest of my team?
I'm almost there.
I gotta find my background. Hold on.
I know I gotta work on my quick changes.
Yeah. I couldn't even get my hair out of my jacket. I'm just like, oh, I guess it's staying in there.
Yeah. This was I think, was this the first time we ever did a quick change?
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think so. So everyone watching, thanks for your patience. We're trying really hard to have like a real show at some point. I don't know how hard we're actually trying. Like we just like having fun.
The point is we are trying. And I believe we are getting incrementally better. This was episode 3, so we're doing well. Such a fun show. Lilith, I'm so sad that you have to miss that show every time. You've always got something that comes up at 12:30, and you know you're just not able to make it. But you know, one of these days, hopefully, we'll get you on.
Yeah, you know, maybe if I'm lucky.
I know you always ask for the update. Unfortunately, the beloved Brooklyn Vinny was shunned yet again. Still looking for love. Still unlucky.
I mean, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, I've met him. He's a nice enough guy, but maybe if he changes t-shirts, you know, maybe put some effort in. I don't want to be like that with someone, but you know. And then of course it really sucks is like Sully comes up dressed almost the exact same way, with almost the exact same accent, except you know he has a little Boston twang to it and gets a date his first trial. It just doesn't seem fair. I just hope Vinny doesn't become like an incel or something. I hope he keeps his head up and you know, and keeps trying.
Yeah, that's one thing you know about Brooklyn Vinny is he stays positive. You can't really get him down. So
positive.
you know he'll be back again. He'll be back.
You can't keep Brooklyn.
He'll have a whiskey drink.
Down.
He'll have a lager drink.
Yeah.
Ain't no way, no how.
I don't know
Forget
about y'all,
it.
but I was surprised to see how much of a familial resemblance there is between them. You know, they're cousins, but yeah, they definitely look it.
Yeah, usually you don't have like identical cousins like that unless it's a TV show.
Yeah, unless it's a TV show where only the love is real. Who knew that Bernie Sanders was poly? How left of him? That's just...
It is very progressive. It's a progressive move, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did you ask him if his wife gets to, if she's got a 1% that she can take outside of marriage? You know, it could be, you know, it's got to go both ways. You'd have to ask him next time you see him.
It does, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind maybe if we went, you know, had a little 3-way. I'd see if I could squeeze in there, like get a little sandwich going.
I just wasn't expecting things to heat up that much during the show. Like Bernie went straight for it. Sully was unashamed to share some details there that I was just like, ooh, the censors are not going to like this one.
I think with that, I think it's been a lovely show, ladies and gentlemen and friends beyond the binary. Thanks for watching us. If you haven't already done it, we'd love you to hit that subscribe button and the like button and ring the bell and hit every button, become a member, give us a super chat, hit the hearts, make a chat, leave a comment, do everything in your power to interact with your computer and make us give us bigger numbers, because that's what we need. We need all the numbers and all the money because we need it to live.
Well, and great things. We're getting a lot more stuff edited and out. So there's usually clips of all the shows coming up. So just, you know, keep an eye on our YouTube channel. And if you see a clip that you like, please share it. Please send it off. We're also putting them on our Instagram account, Instagram.com/thetransverse, and we will be spreading out further once we get a couple more things lined up. But yeah, just stay tuned and share with your friends, and if you enjoy the show, yeah, get more people to come.
Of course. And
all right, coming up in
some
an
merch
hour.
Or something?
What's that?
We sell some merch or something? Buy our merch.
Oh, buy the merch. We've got great merch. Thetransverse.etsy.com is a great place to go find fun stuff. It's a wonderful way to support the channel because you get something great to show off. We get a little bit more marketing exposure there. And yeah, you support the channel. So it's really the best way. Super chats are also great. Charlotte, thank you so much for that. for always sending us the bye-bye chat. Coming up in a little over an hour is Mediocre Poker. I will not be on the show today. I've got some other obligations, but join us then for Amanda playing some poker. And then, our lovely assistant, Raina, will be on the show with her as well. So, yeah, which game are you playing today specifically, Amanda?
Today we're going back to Zone Texas Hold'em. It was a hit last week, and I think we're going to do it again. And so
Wonderful.
we're gonna zoom. We're gonna zoom.
That was fun. It was quick. It was fun. I like the pace.
Fast-paced poker, and see what happens. See what we can do with 2 hours of fast-paced poker.
Lilith, you're still working on your novel, correct? Do you have anything to plug currently you want to talk about?
Go to my Substack. Substack.Lilith Elektra, I think is what it is. I'll drop it in the chat. I got my first two paid subscribers recently, including our lovely tech person, Renaissance. You might know her from the chat. And I also got someone who does not know me from here. So I post something every day. It's usually something funny or something. I do like microfiction or comedy, or I do a motivational thing every Monday. So that will be, check that out. Hope you all like it. Man, I'm having trouble getting there to cut and paste the thing. So I'm done now. I'm just rambling.
It's okay. I can take the lead.
Yeah, you fill the void.
We do not have Border Trans tonight, and we won't have it for a few weeks. A couple of our members are going off on a fun vacation, not to the Outback or the Hard Rock or anything. They're just going on a fun vacation. I'm excited for y'all to do that. But in the meantime, Amanda is going to try and get some gameplay up there. What are you going to be playing?
I'm going to go today. I am going to launch a new series. So it's not a new series. It's a revitalized old series. So we did a thing for a minute called the Church of Vault-Tec, where I was playing Fallout 76. Well, what I did is I rebooted Fallout 4 and I modded it and tricked it out with like a whole mess of mods, and I got it to play it just the way I want it to play. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to reboot the Church of Vault-Tec in a less formal way, and we're going to go and we're going to play a whole playthrough of me playing Fallout 4 modded out like crazy. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go over and introduce you to all the mods that I'm using, which there's a lot of them. It's going to take up pretty much the whole time. And I'm going to tell you what every mod does, where you can get it, and why you should have it, and go into the kind of the finer points of the tech end of modding stuff in Steam. And so that's a thing that I think a lot of people would like to do, but there's a kind of a high barrier to entry with it and a steep learning curve to get into it. And it can be really off-putting for some. So I'm going to try and make it a little more accessible.
Okay, that sounds fun. And that will be at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific tonight?
That will indeed.
Wonderful. All right. And then we will be back noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern next weekend on Saturday. Lilith won't be with us, but Amanda and I will steer the ship somewhere.
It'll happen. Something will do.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you, most of you will see Amanda in 1 hour.
Stick around. See you at the top of the hour.